Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday, and I'm back. I took off last week to hang out and just have some fun, and I'll talk about that here in just a little bit. But we are back, trying to get back into the swing of things here, not only on Ken versus Ken, but on reselling in general. I've been a little bit lax lately with what I've been doing. We'll talk about that as well. Where's my mouse cursor? There it is. Good morning, Sue. Sue is already at it, working, trying to get those listings done before her day job. And Nicole Lopresto is here. What's up, Nicole? Good to see you, my friend. Oh, Susan, back at work. It is, that's right, back to school time. What the heck is going on with my chat? Oh, there we go. Back to school time. Good to see you. Susan. Wait, do I still have it here? Oh man, I don't have my graphic of what Susan having for lunch today. Is this your first day back or have you been back all week, Susan? Mr. Jack Bryan is here. Woohoo! What is up, Brian? Man, we haven't crossed paths that much. I have been, well, I've been busy, but not like reselling busy. Trying to get back into it. We need to hook up, my friend. Frizzy Finds. Hey Johnny, what's up, Johnny? Good to see you over there at Frizzy Finds. Johnny, I love it when you make your wife try to pick the inventory out and guess how much you paid for it. I see that on like your Instagram post or your shorts, something like that. Always fun to see. Sometimes she hits it close, other times not so much. Been there all week. Larry Way Out One is here. What's up, Larry? There's another guy that I need to get in contact with. We haven't talked for about a month, Larry, I think. A loaded baked potato and apple crisp from Tackett's. Okay, that's like Tackett's is a local joint that does barbecue stuff. I believe that if we're talking about the same place. Okay. We're in the car. Tracy typing on behalf of Brian today. Tracy, you should have just put in a bunch of disparaging remarks about me and just, I'd be all upset with Brian. Yeah, they are killing it. Sue loved the whatnot on Jack's Treasures the other day. They are just killing it. Killing it over there. 3,000 subscribers, I think they're up to. With a goal of like 5,000, I think, by the end of the year, if I'm following along correctly. Supposed to be a quiet little show for me, and it ended up being nuts. Man, I missed it. Oh, I appreciate that. Route 66 highway sale, live auction, and multiple concerts has kept me busy. Yes, we were doing a big highway sale, which is that I'm showing some items today from the highway sale. And I have my phone on today. I'm expecting perhaps a text message that all of a sudden I would have to like take off. I got some responsibilities today. Yes, Tackett's barbecue. I've not eaten there. I've not eaten at Tackett's yet, but if you recommend it, I will try it out. 5K by January. Well, you're growing quick. I mean, it seems just like a week ago you were doing your 1,000 sale and you're up, or your 1,000 followers, and you're up to 3,000 already. So I think you'll hit it. I have all the confidence in the world. As soon as you get to 4,999, I'm going to unsubscribe just to just to be Ken. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, yes, how amazing we were in clown gear. Ooh, they have mac and cheese spuds. Is it Kraft macaroni and cheese spuds? Um, Jill and I did a Whatnot show the other day. It was for our friend Shane, who is Large Wingnut on Whatnot, and it was his birthday, 50th birthday, and it was just a 5 minute show. All it was a 5 minute show, just to pitch yourself, and what the only rules were: you had to eat a piece of cake, and or take a bite of a piece of cake or whatever, and you had to not mention that it was his birthday. You weren't allowed to mention it was his birthday. And then at the end of the raid train, it was a big long raid train. You got in a drawing, and so Jill and I, as always, went over the top. We were clowns. She was smashing cake in my face. We were split screen, but we still worked it out where she smashed some cake in my face, and I had the old all dressed up my con. I was ringing bells and playing a kazoo and had the old fart gun out. It was a great time for 5 minutes, and 5 minutes goes like, boom, it's done. You guys have done some of those shows that are like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, even a 30-minute show. It's just like it's done, it's over, it's gone. And but we've been having fun. We've got shows coming up. This week we're on the WTF Rapid Fire Raid Train, which is 15-minute show. It's only wait, I went like this, like that. So I'll go womp womp womp. 15-minute show. What is up, Kim T? Good to see Kim T here. Hello, everyone. But you only have 15 minutes in this show, and you have to start everything at $1. And the goal is to make $150 in 15 minutes. So you got to sell these 15 items at an average price of $10 a piece. And Jill and I have brought some. Yeah, I'll probably do that a little bit later today. We're bringing some kind of higher end handbags, some higher end like ladies makeup stuff, some handbag, yeah, stuff that you normally wouldn't want to start at $1, or stuff that I normally probably wouldn't run on Whatnot anyway, because we're still building our show, and or our channel, and we're getting close to that 1,000 though. We are a little over 900 followers. Let me see exactly what that is. We're at 911 followers, and we're creeping up on that 1,000 sales, which is really the goal that I'm wanting to hit. So yeah, I'm going to load my show for that today. Then we'll do our regular show Friday evening. We're thinking about changing that up as well. I don't think that Friday at 6 p.m. time frame is the best. We're talking to some people. We're talking to one another, Jill and I, trying to figure that out. And yes, 1K for sure. Man, maybe I can do it all in one show. Well, no, we're a little over 700 and some, 720 something. I forgot to look at it there in sales and actual sales. So we got a little ways to go to get to the 1,000 sales, but that's on Whatnot, and we're having fun with it. I would expect Jill to pop in here any moment now as well into the chat. She's a busy gal this week. But anyway, so I did take off last week. I was hanging out with Chris Cajun Reseller. You all know Chris Cajun Reseller. He came up from Louisiana. He lives way down Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And he did the previous week, the 127 the Let's see what Susan says. I always forget until later, and then I miss your whatnot. Joe remembers the next day. We'll have to. I need to start. I haven't been good at posting them on the Instagram so that they come up in the stories. Uh oh, hey, why don't you just give it to me in my honor? Give it to me in my honor. I would appreciate that. That's cool. I mean, not you don't have to give it to me. Um, but we'll have a fun show when we finally do get to 1K. Probably have some guests on, maybe even Brian and Tracy. Brian, I want to talk to you though too about yeah, what fun is it? I'll get my own drawing. Maybe I'll win. Brian, I'm gonna talk to you about Ken versus 10 because okay, wait. There you go. Kim T's always dropping the knowledge here. Susan, bookmark it and get a reminder notification. What a great idea. But okay, I'm gonna start this over. Chris Cajun Reseller, hanging out with him. He did the 127 like from down in Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio. He did that all week. Then he came to my house and we hung out for the week, and then we did the Route 30 sales, the Lincoln Highway Byway Route 30 sales on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and just had a blast with that all week. Last Wednesday at this time when I was supposed to be doing the show, we were out playing disc golf, like frisbee disc golf. I'm not gonna mention who won. We'll just say there were three of us. Another reseller buddy of mine came along, and I finished either 1, 2, or 3. We're gonna say it was closer to 3 than it was to 1, but it wasn't second place. I lost. Chris is formidable. Chris is formidable on the disc golf trail, on the course out there. So that was a lot of fun. Then we did the sales. Also did look through some storage unit stuff. Found some really good junk there. And junk. Really good stuff. There she is. There she is. And Susan, I might talk to you a little bit. I want to talk to you a little bit. We need to hook up like on the phone or video chat or something like that. I have some questions. Morning, Jill. Larry is saying, Larry, how'd you do on the Route 66 sale? I did see some content, I think, from you on that, but how'd you do on the 166? Has anybody else hit any other big highway sales? I picked this up. This is the Toledo Walleye. The Toledo Walleye. They were a minor league hockey team. Oh, it says $3 on there, but it was like on Saturday, it was half off day. And so I got that for $1.50. It's probably a $20 to $30 hat right there. Nice embroidering. Anytime you get like those minor league teams, if they were popular, if they did good, sometime I don't even know if the Toledo Walleye are still in existence. I don't think that they are, but nice pickup for $1.50. Probably $20 to $30 on that. Under Armour. It's an Under Armour fitted, so a nice brand, very, very good shape. So I was excited to find that on a Saturday after the sales. Yes, see? Kim being helpful all the way around, throwing out whatnot knowledge and hitting that thumbs up. I appreciate it. And let's see some other stuff. I'm going to go through okay. I'm all over the place. Chris was here, and we decided next week. Okay, Daryl. Daryl says, "Yep, the Toledo Walleyes hockey going strong." What is up, Daryl? Are you from the area, Daryl? Are you from Toledo? You from Ohio? Where you at? Where you at? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know all about Daryl. Larry filled the blazer, had to do a little Tetris to get that last 7 boxes loaded. Picked up a rare Christmas blow mold soldier with a rifle. Sweet. I have one of the items that's under my pile is a toy soldier Christmas related item that I'll be showing here in just a few minutes. Well, that sounds good, Larry. Yeah, I know how that can be when you're out of town doing these sales. We were lucky enough to, like, Thursday of the Route 30 sales, we were able to, we loaded the car. Chris and I filled up the car out and about, came back. We were staying out at Jill's cabin, and yes, Toledo area. Good to see you. Well, maybe we will cross paths. I'm in Ohio, Marion, Ohio, and maybe we will cross paths here. Chris has not checked in today. I talked to him last night. He was heading back. He was driving from Pittsburgh, and he was somewhere in Tennessee, in like southern Tennessee. So he still has about 7 hours of a drive today. I thought maybe he'd break for lunch. Well, my show was on. You know, just give me some courtesy. You know, pull the car over, maybe at the McDonald's parking lot or something. Tune in to Ken versus 10. Because that's more important than getting home. Watching me is more important than getting home. But I'm going to challenge Chris on Ken versus 10 next week. And we decided that we are only doing items that we found, say, over the last 2-week period. Doing the Route 30 sales, stuff that I found in storage units that he was helping me with, and all the stuff that he went 127 and Route 30 on. So I am going to challenge him to that. You drove through Knoxville today, might have been around him. You never know. You might have crossed paths, east and west, north and south. Maybe you pull off on the same exit. See, Brian and Tracy, they're not letting driving home stop them from watching Ken versus 10. Come on, Chris. What's up, my brother? Chris is going to get challenged because, you know me, I'm going to change up the rules a little bit on him because Chris sells on multiple platforms. Last time I took him on and he whooped me bad, he sells Facebook, Poshmark, Macari, Amazon. And well, if you're ever down this way or heading this way, Daryl, I'd like to meet you. I don't know. Do you have a channel? Do you have a YouTube, or do you have like Instagram or something like that? Oh, follow along and find out what Daryl's all about. The absolutely not. It helps that Brian has a passenger princess, though. That's right. Do you tell him where to go, where to drive, when to turn, when to stop, that there's a car up ahead, that there's do you do that? I personally don't know anybody that does that. Um just saying. Just saying. Oh, I've got an item right here that Jill found. I'll show that in a second. But Chris and I are going to do a Ken versus 10 with only the items that we have found in the last couple weeks. So I'm not showing the cream of the crop here today. I'm showing just some stuff that I picked up that was, yeah, Jill's a little angel. She's such a passenger. Jill was a trooper, though. She went out with us Friday and Saturday to all the sales. And as usual, her side of Chris and I couldn't hardly buy anything because her side of the car and our sides of the car were all filled up with stuff with Jill's purchases. And but yeah, she sat in the back the whole time, in and out of the car, just a fun time. Lots of fun laughs, just hanging out was, oh, whatever, she said. That's what the co-pilot is supposed to do. It's supposed to give helpful information. I'm just messing with Jill. Well, actually, a lot of times when we go, Jill drives, and I just sit over. Um, the loud sucking of air gas seems to. Are you doing that, Tracy, right now? Holding on, white knuckling the dashboard because Brian's driving. Uh, so anyway, I was talking about how Chris sells on all these different platforms, and every time we've done the thing, I've challenged Chris like a couple of times. Like one time we tied, and another time he beat me soundly. Jill, did you get a bowling ball? Helpful information. Why do you drive like an a-hole? That's anyway. But Chris sells on the. I'll get this story out. Chris sells on all of these. No, Jill did not get a bowling ball this time. We seen one, but it was we seen a really cool bowling ball like case. It was like a leather case, but it was just the shape of the ball. Very cool. Look, I didn't see it up close, but it looked like very good condition. But the guy wanted way too much for it. It was like, it would have been just for something cool, wouldn't have been useful. I'm not even sure what sort of a resale value it had, because once he gave the price, I forget what he even said that it was. I was disinterested quickly at that point. But I shouldn't look it up because I'll be mad if I left it there. It's like $100 bag or something. Oh, he wanted like $25 for it. It's ridiculous. And that was just a plain old black bowling ball on the inside. Deal with him cussing at the morons. Oh, you know what? I read that at first as Mormons. Just have to deal with him cussing at the Mormons. I thought, how many Mormons are there en route from Nashville or from Knoxville down to Atlanta? Hashtag glasses. Anyway, so I'm going to work Chris over on this challenge. I'm going to sell stuff on my platforms as well. I'm going to go eBay. I'm going to go Whatnot. And I'm going to go Facebook Marketplace against him. And see if I can beat him in Ken versus 10. And then Brian, I was thinking about doing a Ken versus 10 show that we would only sell on Whatnot. And we would pick like, say, 10 items. You have to do an impromptu show, no setup, no advertisement pre-time, no chance to get bookmarks. Just go live. I don't know, I haven't worked out the details. Set up some different parameters for a time frame or for sales, and just a little fun Ken versus 10 Whatnot challenge. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that coming up here in a few weeks, because Chris will be on 2 weeks in a row. One way for the setup. No YouTube channel. Okay. Do you have an IG or something? Ken, I love you though, but Chris. I know Chris is a great guy. Chris is just a great guy. Loved hanging out with him all week. Well, I'm a camera guy. So I picked up this Nikon. It's a Nikon One Touch 100, an old film camera. It was in this little case, which is not a Nikon case, but it does have the instruction sheet, which is always good. Looking at one, I haven't tested this one yet. but that should, looking at it, about 20 bucks. About 20 bucks. Uh, an okay sell through rate. Nothing exciting, but I paid $1 for it. I'm not going to leave a camera, even, untested, that has the manual with it on a table for $1. Zoidberg, yes. Zoidberg. Oh, what? I'm writing that down on my board right now. Yes. On IG. I remember seeing you on IG. Uh-oh. Yeah, uh-oh. I didn't think he was listening. I thought he abandoned me. There's Chris. Not sure I agree with this Whatnot platform being used. Sounds like cheating. Yeah, really? Though, is it? We'll discuss it. We'll discuss it, Chris. But hey, I gotta sell on all my platforms too. Hey, you're welcome, Chris. Fire that Whatnot back up. So Chris, Jill, I'm not sure if you were listening. Jill had asked me if you had checked in. Where you at? How close are you to home? I want to show this find that Jill had though. This is another accidental find of Jill's. Auctions do not count. Well, okay. Here's what I will say. When everybody is tuning in to Chris versus 10, then, then you can make up the rules. uh, that's funny. So Jill found this. Okay. I had showed you this belt before that Jill found. It's in her impatient find, her accidental find that has this belt buckle right here that once I get it cleaned up, I got some brass cleaner stuff and I'm going to clean it up a little bit. But that belt buckle is worth, I'm going to list that around 300 bucks. So she finds this really cool belt, leather belt. Look at that stitching. Look at all of the fine work that's in this belt right here. And she's like, ooh, that's really cool. And she looked at it and probably didn't even pay attention to the buckle. Sure, but it still won't count. And then so she's showing me this belt. She's like, look at this stitching, look at all this. This is an awesome belt. And then she unwinds it. And it says Ron right across the back of it. So I'm not sure what the sell-through rate is. About an hour from Jackson, Mississippi right now. So I'm not sure what the sell-through rate is. If there's enough Rons looking for a Western style. Oh, but man, look how beautiful that thing is. But attached to the belt is this Texas Longhorn. If you can see that belt buckle right there, solid brass belt buckle by Award something or another, Award Design Promotions or something like that. That's about a $35 belt buckle. I'm not sure what she paid for this, but very, very nice, very clean, no dings or anything in it. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do is if I sell this belt buckle and someone by the name of Ron happens to buy it, guess what Ron's getting for free? That's the kind of guy I am. I'm going to send this Ron belt right along with him. So I've got belt buckles here that I need to get listed. Well, I've got a lot of stuff I need to get listed. I think I showed you this one before too, that I found in a storage unit. Very cool with the skulls and stuff, but it is a lighter. Oink. Goes along with it. So if you smoke and your pants are too big, perfect. It's a perfect belt buckle for you. Everyone tag your favorite, Ron. That's right. His high school boyfriend. Jill did, yeah, she didn't see it, so uh that one was awesome. Save it for cousins weekend. Oh, that's sweet. So anyway, so that was just fun when the look on Jill's face when she unwound this belt and it said Ron across. A classic moment. How about, oh, I got this all. How about the Olympus FE 230 right here in the box? And I've already, oh wait, is it still, do I still have it? Oh yeah, I should have pushed a button, you could see. But look, it's working, tested, working. Let's put, boink. There goes the lens. And FE 230 with the box, with not only one charger, but a second charger. Because okay, this has all the paperwork, all of the cords, all of the junk in there, the discs, everything that would have came with it are in here. But there was also another set of instructions for a different camera, which is what I think the other charger went to. So bonus, I'm gonna list that one probably about 50 bucks. I paid $5. I paid $5 for this at a yard sale there on the Route 30 sales, and so hopefully it will bring me in about 50 bucks. I hope. I love cameras. I love. Am I gonna show them Posey? Look how creepy Posey is. I found this in a storage unit though. I found this in a storage unit, and this is already listed brand new Living Dead dolls. If you can see that in the glare, Living Dead dolls. And this is Posey, and she's in her little coffin case, still sealed. We found this. Oh, look, it even tells you right there. I'm dead. I'm dead. Um, pure. This doll is pure evil. Well, it looks like pure evil. I'm telling you. 90 bucks. 89. I think it's 89.99 or something that we have or that I have this one listed at. And there was another doll, another Living Dead doll called Faith that was in that unit as well. But it wasn't in the box. It was just a loose doll, and I listed that, and it sold what, Chris, in a couple of days for 35 bucks. So I've got some good watchers. I haven't sent out any offers or anything yet on Posey. But and then it's also like cool. That's something to look out for. Any sort of creepy stuff. I'll show you something else creepy in a second. Yeah, always sell. So I'm looking forward, even as maybe we get a little bit closer to Halloween. I don't think that that's even necessarily a Halloween item, but you know, the going price, we priced that at 89 something, which was just a little bit lower from what all the other ones were listed. I keep saying we because Chris was here and he was helping comp things that we were finding. She's cool. I don't like dolls, but that one is very cool. Yeah, it's very creepy. I have some sage growing in my garden if you need some. What do I need sage for? To keep vampires or whatever? Speaking of creepy, I want to show you something creepy. This was a this is an original Dawn Post Studios 1977. This is like heavy rubber, not those like little latex ones. This is a heavy rubber. This is Tor Johnson, Tor Johnson. And I have this mask already in my own personal mask collection, but not the original 77 heavy rubber mask, and I think it was Tor Johnson, um, Planet Nine, Planet Nine from Outer Space. Planet Nine from Outer Space was the movie made in 1959, and Tor Johnson was one of the actors. Uh, he played Inspector Clay. I'm looking it up. Just a creepy looking guy. But this is one of my classic favorite masks. Um, 77 was a good year, but that mask is scary. It is. I assume that that was your birth year. I don't know. You're my cousin. I should know that. Uh, oh, it gets rid of evil. Sage gets rid of evil. Okay. Well, Chris stayed here all week. Maybe I need to plant some sage around. I'll talk about this in a minute, but first, I want to say hello to my friend and your friend and everybody, Roman Adventures. Hello, everyone. Just got back from walking for 2 hours in the park. We'll go rest now because I am really tired. Have to have a good day, Ken, and everyone who looks like Ken. Good to see you, Roman. Good to see you, my friend. Yes, rest well for sure. Roman! Yeah, get a walk. I'm glad to see you're out and up and active and stuff. We need to catch up. We need to catch up, my friend. This mask though, look at the condition that it's in. It's got all of these marks. It's got some marks here. And I'm going to clean this thing up. Well, I actually started to. This was filthy, dirty back here. I'm going to clean this up, and maybe that's what I'll do. I'll clean it up this week, and I'll show. Okay, everybody, look at this and remember. Just remember what it looked like. Maybe I'll have to do it before and after. Because I did a little cleaning on it this morning, and I think I'm going to be able to clean it up. Oh yes, I'll tell that story here in a second, Chris. The But this is about $100 mask if it's clean and new. I've seen some listed over 100. I've seen some around 100. I've seen some sell in the 75, 80, $90 range. But I'm not even sure if I'm going to give this one up. Maybe it's going to end up back here because it's just creepy as hell. But a 77 Dawn Post Tor Johnson from Planet 9 from Outer Space, or Plan 9 from yeah, so Chris and I are walking up to this sale. It's an old barn sale, and we're walking in, and the guy says, "Oh, that's cool. You got is this like a father-son outing?" And I'm like, "You're killing me." He's like, Chris and I were related that I was the dad, or I guess I assume he thought I was the dad and not Chris. And he's like, "Oh, well, you got to be brothers or something." He's like, "There's lots of resemblance there." And I didn't see it, but other than we both have beards. But yeah, Chris, I was mistaken for Chris's father. Um, oh, wait, here's an even better story. I'm probably not even going to show anything today. This is fun. Look at these in all their glory. Glittery, like glittery dress shoes. Jill and I, well, all of us, we were at this sale. Yeah, he was backpedaling, trying to keep like, oh wait, I just like to talk to people and find out. So we're at this sale, and Jill sees these on the table, and she announces to the whole sale, if these are your size, I am buying them. Me and Tracy have had that happen. They thought Tracy was your son. get it. A father-daughter outing, maybe. Okay. So Jill's like announces, "Oh, if these are your size, I'm buying them for you, and you're going to wear them." So I'm like, oh, so we turned to the lady and she's like, we're like, "What size are they?" And she said, "Because there's no sizing. There's no sizing anywhere in them." And she's like, "Well, they're a size 11." And Jill and I just both looked at each other like, because I wear a size 11. And so now we start going through this whole thing. Apparently the guy's girlfriend made her made him buy these, made him wear these to prom. When they went to prom, she insisted that he wear these silver shoes, and he did not want to wear them. And so, which Jill led to the question. Jill asked the lady, "Oh, wait, are they still together at this point?" And she's like, "No, they're not together." So I end up making the deal. She wanted $10 for these shoes right here. And I ended up, after we chatted and had fun and I had loosened her up a little bit, I was like, "Well, I'll tell you what. Okay, I'll give you $5 for them." And she's like, "Great." And so I took the shoes, and then, well, Chris and Jill were still shopping around and talking to the folks or whatever. I went out in the driveway and took my other shoes off and put these on and just uh strutted around the sale, and we took some little videos and stuff. You've probably seen them on Jill had posted it on Instagram. And so I decided I'm going to wear these silver shoes to all of the sales until somebody at least mentions, like, "What's up with the shoes, dude?" Because I just have like regular shorts and t-shirt and stuff on. And oh, I had my Reseller Clickbait podcast shirt on. I got noticed too. I got recognized at a sale for doing the podcast. Anyway, so okay, so we go to the next sale, right? And I've got my shiny silver shoes on, and nobody has said anything yet. But okay, I have a new grand niece. Okay, and my mother, who is great grandma, watches the little baby sometimes, and she told me if I seen a pack and play out someplace at any of the sales, that she was interested in getting a pack and play for the baby. And so we go to like the very next sale that I'm looking at, and there's a pack and play. Or Chris points it out. "Hey, look, pack and play." And so I go over, and it's Hello Kitty branded, pack and play. So I want to check it out. So I take it out of the package or whatever, the zippered case that it was in. And I'm trying to set it up, and one of the things is not locking in, one of the ends and the other end, and Chris is helping me, and we're struggling with this thing. And then now I can't get it back. I can't get it to like unlock and get it back down. And we fought with this thing forever. Finally, the guy comes out that was having the sale, an older gentleman, and he's like, "I'm sorry, fellas, I can't help you with that. I have no clue how that goes back together." So now we're out there, and all these people are coming in and out of the sale. And at some point, I thought, you can't script this any better. Here's, Chris and I, two grown men, standing in somebody else's driveway, trying to reassemble a Hello Kitty pack and play, and I'm wearing these big shiny silver shoes. It just struck me funny. If they were more comfortable, I would have kept wearing them. But after that sale, I went back out to the car, and I changed back into my regular shoes. But it was just like, can you script something better than that for a story? Actually, I'll probably be telling that story on a podcast. Speaking of that podcast, the Reseller Clickbait podcast that I do with Corey, Grams and Pops Vintage. You ran to the car. I was done. I was done wearing those shoes. I was so frustrated with this stupid pack and play. And it was hot. We were right out in the sun, and I was like starting to get all like sweaty. Um, Again, I'm so lucky she has a pack and play in her car. Oh, is that supposed to be a spoiler alert? Spoiler alert. Um, but it's super fun. Um, I gotta get through some things. A little Mario Mansion to Luigi's Mansion, but it has the tag is all like in Japanese or whatever. Hadn't seen that one. I've kind of looked this up. It's not worth that much, maybe $10, $15 at the most. But I paid a buck for it. They wanted two, and I asked the little boy there that was selling the stuff, "We take dollar for it," and he's like, "Sure." Oh, she's telling me because we didn't talk last night. That's right. I was in bed. I was in bed already. I went to bed early. I was tired. Um. Oh, here's a. I can't keep from looking at holiday and Christmas stuff. Alvin and the Chipmunks. Now he needs a little. He needs this sewn on back right here. Is all. But Alvin and the Chipmunks stocking. Well, they were asking $2 for it. I gave them a buck for it. But watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. I don't know if you can hear that, but he jingles the bells, and so he is working condition, really nice. And I'm thinking about $35 for that, from what I can see. Of course, unless you go back in the comps, right now is not the greatest time to comp holiday items because it's past that 90 days. But if you use that Terra Peak and stuff, I think he'll be about $35, and I'll have my mother sew him up right there so he jingles all his bells. Um, but just very cool. I liked it. Here's something I always pick up at sales. Catchphrase. Uh, it's been used. But I tested it. It works. This particular model, probably 15 to $20. What you're looking for, though, in the catchphrase is you're looking for the red one. The red one that is what they call the unrated or the uncensored version, the adult one. This is an adult one too, but it's just not like dirty stuff. It's just not like they have ones for kids that are easier words and easier clues and stuff like that. But that catchphrase right there, um, $2, $2 I paid for that. At the same sale that I got this Olympus, and that was on Saturday. I still were picking these up after the sale had been picked for 3 days or 2 days prior. Um, Cute. I don't even like Christmas, but everybody likes Alvin and the Chipmunks. Um, but I have a hard time when I go to the sales not gravitating towards holiday stuff. But sometimes you just have to. And who knows about these right here? The melted popcorn plastic. Um, I don't see these that much. And when you do see them at the yard sales, everybody like they want 10, 15, 20, $30 for these silly things, which is about what they sell for on eBay. Everybody looks that stuff up. But $2, $2 for that one, but not actually, because I made a whole bundle deal on some other inflatables, on some stuff. But so you got the Pilgrim, and you got the Mrs. Pilgrim. And so this set right here is about $30, 25 to $30. I've seen a lot of them sell around like 28, $29 for this set right here. So asking price would have been $4 without the bundle. I probably have about a buck a piece in them. At the same sale, melted popcorn pumpkin. Again, that one was $2. Probably got about a buck in it. Same sale. They only wanted 50 cents for this one. The Valentine melted popcorn heart. Very cool. I'm probably, oh, at a different sale for $1, the Noel, the Christmas Noel. That one's probably about 12 bucks, 12 to 15 bucks on the Noel. I might even lot all these up as a holiday one and just like really put the price up. And then in the one deal I said that I made on all of those other ones, I bought this whole box of inflatables. And in the middle of the box of inflatables was this huge turkey, melted popcorn plastic. Again, as big as it is, it's not. It's probably 25 bucks, 25 to 30. So I'm probably looking at 30, 60. I'm looking at over $100, over $100 of melted popcorn plastic when those start to sell. Leon, what do I not get? What do I not get? Leon. I forget, what am I missing? So yeah, the melted popcorn plastics, anytime you see them, a lot of times people see these like in antique booths and stuff like that. Oh, it was okay. Hey, you had your Noel sign backwards. Well, okay. Is it backwards right now? Is it backwards to you? Maybe I have to do this. I don't know. Yeah, Daryl, it was a really good uh what is up, Josh? Man, I was watching the videos and watching all the stuff from your 127 meetup not this last weekend, but man, just a lot of great resellers. Looked like a lot of fun the whole weekend. I'm showing some stuff, Josh, here that I picked up at the Route 30 Lincoln Highway byway sales. And I'll pull this over here. I bought this just because it was a buck. Sony Handycam. It's just a case. It's just a case. Oh, I don't even know what that is. There was something in there. But I'm all the time finding Sony Handycams that don't have the cases, or a lot of people want to buy just the Sony branded case. So I'll probably hang on for a buck. I'll probably hang on to this for a little while, see if I find a Handycam, couple it with the official Sony branded case, and that'll someday it'll come in handy. I'll be like, oh yes, Sony Handycam. Cleveland Indians with the Chief Wahoo. I'm not sure. Well, I think I know what this is, but so it's like a tote. Like you could put stuff in there. You could put snacks in there. You could put, I don't know, a change of clothes. You could use it for an overnight bag. I don't know what you're doing. I don't want to tell you what to do with your life or what to store in your Indians bag, but it does unzip all the way around, and then it becomes like seat cushions. This is like really foamy. Um, so it's almost like a double tote bag slash, if you were going to a game on a cool fall night, carry your jacket in there, and then when you got there, you could do that. So Jill picked this one up. I had seen it at a sale and I had passed on it. One of the things I had passed on because it was a sale, they were just taking donations on everything, and I wasn't really buying much there, and so I didn't know what to give. So Jill piled this in with all of her stuff and picked it up. Really good condition. I can't find any comps on this particular style. but a lot of the seat cushion things, the bags, uh, $15 to $20 they might go for. I'm gonna do a little more investigation on this one because the graphic is just an awesome, beautiful condition on both sides. Looks like there hasn't been many butts on this one. Hasn't been many butts on this to wear it out. But that was a nice pickup by Jill. And so that was cool. Who knows what this is? Look, it was 25 cents. Who knows what this? No, no farts. No fart. They didn't sit on this one. Or maybe they've just dissipated. Well, once a fart gets in the foam, it's hard to. Jill knows what this is. Yeah, this is an original Suzanne Summers Thigh Master. You need to build up those thighs, ladies or guys, I guess. Suzanne Summers used to pitch these um, back in the day after she was done on Three's Company. But I wasn't going to let it sit on the table for a quarter. It's probably, it's not much. $15, maybe $20. I didn't even really comp it. Well, let's do that right now. Let's see. Suzanne Summers Thigh Master. Well, that says one result. What, 25? One of them's listed for $54.99, but that has the box and the instructions and all of the and a Jane Fonda workout tape. That one has. Wouldn't risk being pinched. Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's why. That's why I keep doing. I keep clicking on the wrong screen. Yes. Now, okay. Hindsight 2020, even though it was a quarter, isn't this thing just a shipping nightmare? The heck kind of a box? You're gonna need a box that's like 16 inches long, and then I don't know. I didn't think this one through, folks, which is a lot of my purchases. But I just couldn't leave it there because it was so fun for a quarter. Oh, and then okay, so at this sale, I'm buying this, right? For a quarter. That's all I'm buying. Almost everything at their sale was a quarter. It was kooky. And they had price stickers on everything. It's a quarter. Chris did buy some headlights, some vehicle headlights for $1 a piece. Yeah, zip tie it closed. Maybe I could do that. I don't know. Man, that would be a workout. I'm having trouble pushing out with my arm. Maybe that's what I ought to do. Just work out my arms with that. So the people were in the garage, and I get my quarter and I go to hand the lady the quarter, and I don't know the way that our hands touched as I handed her the way that our hands hit, the quarter fell out of her hand onto the table, rolled off the table, and right under a big like chest freezer that they had in the garage. And so I'm like, oh, damn it. How did that happen? And so I get out another quarter and I put it on the table. She's like, no, 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 no. You don't have to. We'll get it. We'll get it. We got to move that thing out anyway. And so I'm like, no, just take the quarter. So then we spent like the next 5 minutes arguing about whether she was going to keep my quarter. Okay, Susan, I have parent meeting starting at 1. Have a great afternoon. You too. I want to get with you on some questions of stuff that I have and bookmark those whatnot shows. We'll see you soon. Yeah, zip tie it closed. Have a great school year, Susan. I think that's what he meant. Year. Yep. I don't miss parent meetings. You were a teacher as well, Josh? I did not know that. See, I'm learning all about stuff. I'm learning that Daryl's here. He's from Toledo, Zoidberg, 007, 007. What else do I have here? Oh, I talked about this. Boom, boom, boom. 8-foot inflatable uh tin soldier, like tin soldier or whatever. Toy soldier. Everything included. Self inflates in minutes. Weatherproof. Lights up. I have not tested it yet, taking it out of the box. But the lady said, well, of course, everybody's going to say, yeah, it worked when we put it away. We just haven't gotten out in a couple of years. That was like down. That was second day of yard sailing. It was down on a shelf down below. They were asking $15 for it right there. And I gave them 10 for, oh no, I asked if they would take 10, and she said, how about 12? And boom, my strategy. I'm not a low baller. I'm a negotiator on most everything. And but if I make a reasonable offer, if they counter offer, most of the time I'm going to pay that counter offer. 18 years high school history and science, world and US history, chemistry and physical science. Well, very cool. Man, this is like the teachers hangout. Josh is here, Brian is here, Susan is here. Um Jill's father was a teacher for like 35 years or something. Was that right, Jill? 35 years. Um we're just hanging out. We're educating with educators. I'm not really educating though, am I? I don't know. Yes, Jill loves teachers. Jill loves teachers. 30 years he was a teacher. But the giant inflatable, um, just looking at the past comps, I haven't really done a lot. In that the last one sold for about $56. But I think it's really closer to. I see some of them listed. It's kind of all over. I see some listed over 100. I've seen some sales in the 90s on those. I've seen some sales 75 to 85. And so I'll get that thing tested. I'll probably list it soon, or maybe closer to Christmas time, or maybe on a Ken versus 10 versus Chris. I haven't really shown. Yes, and Brian. Did I say Jack again? Did I say Jack's treasure? I meant Brian. He's also the teacher. Uh, so that I'm probably going to list closer to 100, that inflatable, as we get closer to the holidays. Then if it hasn't sold, I'll reduce the price down to move it along. But here, kind of out of season, I'll see what I can do. Um, what else do I have around here? I've shown a bunch of stuff. I don't know. Oh, here was this bag. Okay, somebody give me a good plan. Now I'm a game guy. I'm like a family backyard or group event game guy. I have my Labor Day event coming up here with my family in just a couple weeks now. I don't know why I'm sitting here talking to you mugs. I need to get some stuff done. Uh but Jill and I, at the sale where I bought this Toledo Walleyes hat, I also had bought these. They're like game timers, like 30-second sand game timers. And I'm trying to find a good use. Okay, because I got a whole bag of them. I forget what these were, Jill. A couple of bucks or something like that. Or maybe, I don't know, 50 cents, a dollar, $2 for this whole bag of timers. Well, what I'm going to do is whatever game that I come up with, I'm going to sacrifice one and I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to pour some extra sand in one of them. That would be like mine. And then, when we go to play, then I'll always have extra. No, I'm not a cheater. But what's a good idea? what's a good idea that I could do with these game timers? Um, I'm helping you procrastinate on week whacking. Keep talking. Uh-oh, Kim doesn't want me to end the show. I thought they were, yeah, 50 cents for that whole bag. I don't know what is there, like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There might be 20 of them in there. I could have an egg cooking contest. Brian also taught world history, Georgia studies, world geography, reading, 1 year, thank God, middle and high school. Create a game. I got out of teaching 8 years ago. Create a game and utilize them and sell it. I could do that. I'm a game guy. I create all the games. I make trophies. I make everything. Let me see. Did I load up? So I don't have all of the good stuff that I'm going to whoop Chris with on Ken versus 10. Next week, tune in to the show. I will have Chris Cajun Reseller on there. He's bringing his well, it's not necessarily that the goal of the thing is to sell the stuff quickly by 1 week. So it may not be the highest dollar stuff, but it's stuff that has good sell-through rate. Like I might be listing this camera and this catchphrase game next week because they have good sell-through rates. You know, the Ron belt, not so much. You just got to get the right Ron to show up. I think, oh, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of a little sneak peek before I go here of a couple of really cool items. I'm just gonna show them. Just gonna show them. I'm not gonna explain a bunch about them, just because they're the coolest things that I found. WWF attitude. Stone Cold Steve Austin satin jacket. Come on now. $1. A buck. I paid a buck. I paid a buck for this. WWF attitude. And if you know, you know. Chalk line. Dallas Cowboys nylon windbreaker. But look at the back of this mug. $1 as well. They were in a tub. All clothing was like $1. And I'm digging through there and I'm like, man, that's stone cold. That's chalk line as I'm looking at it. Yes. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to have Chris on again with me. Uh Josh taught several other subjects once or twice over the years. Eighth, science, civics, world geography, current events, economics. America got, man, you were, and guitar. And he taught guitar. How cool was that? This is my second year out taking care of my mom and doing eBay full time. Did you have your how, I forget, you might have said, Josh, how long you taught? Did you have your whatever, your 30 years, your tenure or whatever? Those are both sweet. Did you have a gun? That was a highway robbery. I know, Larry, right? Vintage chalk line Dallas Cowboys, uh, and the Stone Cold thing. Those are going to be. I don't know if they'll be quick sellers, but they're nice sellers. And I've got some other really cool stuff out there that was either from storage units or Route 30 sales. And we're gonna see if we can't beat Chris. I'm either gonna beat him or cheat him. One of the two. One of the two is going to happen next week on Ken versus 10. Oh yeah. One more time. Take a good look of how filthy of all the marks that are on Tor Johnson right here, 1977, Dawn Post Studios. I'm going to try to clean this mug up and I'll take a picture, before and after picture. Uh, Chris, Chris and I know which one, whether it's beat him or cheat him. Yeah, I'll sell everything on a Whatnot show starting at $1, and I'll sell out. I'll have 10 cents, 18 years only. Need 6 more to draw pension immediately, otherwise vested and waiting till age 59. Gotcha. Okay. Does anybody else need anything out of me today? Kim, I'm sorry the show's about to end and you will have no excuse to not be out weed whacking. So unless you got some sort of a topic or something that I need to talk about, just a really good time though at the Route 30 sales, hanging out with Chris, playing frisbee golf, going through storage units, eating down at the Mifflin Dairy Bar or the Radars Dairy Bar. You cannot wait to turn 60 in February. Is that what is that when you'll start getting some of your pension? So do I get a 1099 with Whatnot? I would think so. Yes, it's an online selling platform. And if you sold more than I don't know what the thing is. A 10, a 10. I'm looking at that. Whether you're looking for information, as Whatnot does not process payouts, we do not issue 1099Ks to sellers. Rather, you may receive a 1099 from one of our payment processing partners. So I know when I check out, it checks out through the like through Stripe. And so I'm going to assume that Stripe will be sending me a 1099. You know what? I never looked into that. But I'm going to assume that somebody's going to send me one. If I'm selling more than the threshold, I don't know what the threshold is this year. It was supposed to be $699. It was 20,000. They change it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Okay. Last year I just got it as part of my PayPal 1099. Okay, so there's an answer depending on where you're checking out through or getting your monies from Whatnot. So, good question though. Good question, Kim. I hadn't thought about that. And you were probably hoping that it was going to be a little longer of a discussion, so you didn't have to weed whack. Okay, I'm hungry. What's good for lunch? Somebody give me a good lunch suggestion, and then I'm going to wrap this up. And I'm going to call Jill and talk to her because we didn't get a chance to talk last night because I was already in bed by the time she was done with her stuff. All right. Mac and cheese, always a good choice. Always a good. I've been wanting to. I haven't had like mac and cheese for a while. Jack and cheese. I do. Well, I'm not opening that box. Where? Here's my original. It still have the note on it. Happy birthday, belated birthday to Jill. First edition. I have that on there of Jack and cheese, taco flavor. Right there. I have this hanging out right up there with my stuff. Kraft mac and cheese. Yeah, you're right. And grilled hot. I don't have any hot dogs. I went to the store the other day. I forgot to get hot dogs. I had to get a new battery in my truck yesterday. That's another story I'll tell later. It's not a big story. Just I had them put it in. I got it at Walmart, and I had them put it in. And I'm not used to um, standing and watching like another man do a manly task for me. Um, so that's the first time I've had somebody do, like if I can do the work, I do it myself. Um, I can tell it now. Kim was offered a private pastry chef job last night for seven Greek houses. Not enough time right now to do it though, so maybe have something sweet. Oh, I'll definitely have something sweet. Probably like a little Debbie fruit pie. I know that's not like true like pastry sort of thing, but hey, Josh, it's the best I got. Okay, it's what I got in the house. But that sounds like a great opportunity. Is that something that you would want to do if you had the time? I mean, would you have taken them up on the offer? Was I wearing the shoes while I was watching the other guy do my? I was not. I'm gonna. Oh, I buried them in the pond. I'm gonna have to find some place to wear these. I'm gonna have to find somewhere to wear these, or get some better socks, or put some insoles in them and just wear them around to the yard sales. Oh, now I got all this whole pile messed up behind me. Um, seriously considered, it would be a 2 to 3 days a week, 25 to 30 hours. Yeah, a private pastry chef. Did we just become best friends? I think we just became best friends, Josh. Oh yeah, I'll definitely bring them to a meetup. I'll definitely have those things at a meetup. Um, yes, I can wear them with my Christmas suit. Man, there's all kinds of possibilities. All right, now I'm just rambling on. Thank you everyone for hanging out with me. Uh Go follow me, SSK Promo on Whatnot. We got some fun shows coming up this week. Um and next week on Ken vs 10, I will be taking on Chris Cajun Reseller with some cool stuff that we found at Route 30 and 127 and storage units. And um oh yeah, there you go. Kim volunteers as tribute for Josh if you need someone to try your creations. Sure, you can package those things up, just send them right over, and that'd be fun. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go eat some lunch, and uh oh yeah, thank you. Uh on This Week in Reselling podcast, uh I think that's still the most current episode because the new one comes out tomorrow. I was a guest on Ray Nashville Flippers with his new co-host, uh Joe from I Flip That, and Brendan from Big Time Flips. They're doing This Week in Reselling podcast, and I was the guest on the last episode. So go check that out as well. It was a fun time. I was dropping some popcorn knowledge on the show, and yes, love feeding friends and family. Daryl, good to see you. I will follow you on Instagram here shortly. And that's it. Goodbye. I'm rambling. I will see you next week.